Hey everyone, future me here. Just wanted to give a quick disclaimer. The video was recorded at the start of the year, and since then, there have been some changes and updates in the homebrew scene. Now, this does not mean that you cannot use the methods that I use to mod your WiiU console, as it uses the CBHC and Haxchi methods. They still work. The new one being the Tiramisu mod has seen a surge of new developments and some interesting homebrew for it as well. Some older homebrew has actually shifted to support Tiramisu, so you can follow along with this or use the same WiiU Hacks guide, which is now updated to use the Tiramisu mod. I will follow up with a video on how to switch over from this method to the new Tiramisu mod in another video. That's it for me. Future me out. Alright, so first of all, we got the console. Black edition, it's the 32 gigabyte one. I'm guessing it's called the premium pack or something. There it is, all scratched up. Pretty standard stuff you want to see. It's used. So what are you gonna expect? It's not mint condition. Wasn't mentioned like that. So the only surprise that it had actually is that there is a memory card left inside, which is I think 64 gigabytes. Yeah, it's. If you can see that, I don't know. Yeah, 64 gigabytes. It's A1, the version 10, I think. So it's pretty standard. It's pretty standard SD card, but hey, free SD card. I don't need it to do anything, and I'm just gonna be able to hack with this one. So that's good. Right, so that's it for the console. Pretty standard. Since it's a premium, it came with the leg stands. So you can plop it up vertically, like that. Or is it horizontal? Yeah, it's vertical. I'm an idiot. Anyway, let's put that on the side. Of course, we got the gamepad. Black comes in black. Everything's here. We got the little pen over here for touch controls. It's already blinking blue. Interesting. It's doing something. I know I charged these, so everything should be working. Pretty standard. Not really. I don't see any major scratch marks or anything, so it's all good. Seems to be functional fully. The next thing, of course, is the power adapter. Pretty standard. Nothing specific. It's had a output of 15 voltage and 5 amps. Okay. I could potentially maybe even, there might be actually a way to, it's not that high, so I'm guessing there could be a way to do a portable battery or something like that. So that'd be nice. Alright, I got a box over here. There was more stuff in it. Let's see what else is in the box that came with it. Of course, the wires are all tangled up. Usual. Wires. Official HDMI cable. I think it has the Nintendo seal, so it's legit. What we got power bar, also in black. I had a WiiU before. This is not my first WiiU. It always came in this gray silver finish. This is matte black, which I actually prefer. It goes into the whole black console thing. And this is a weird thing. This I did not expect. But this is basically a charging stand. It has a swivel that it spins on. It's pretty interesting. Comes with a charger as well. Has a charger. I'll just put this as a note that the gamepad charger is also included. Also the official one, so that's great. Yeah, mostly the most interesting stuff is this. So from what I understand is that you put this in, for example. So you get this little docking station stand. It only charges, as far as I've tested, it only charges. This one is for the WiiU Pro controller, so it just plops in upside down on top. And then of course the Wiimotes. But you gotta have the rechargeable batteries that have the contacts on the back of the, for example, I got this one, as you can see. So there's nothing here because this is just a standard controller. See, there's no like point of contact here, so you can just hold it here, but you gotta like place it without a protective silicone case. But yeah, if you have that, yeah, that's an option. But apart from that, it's an interesting. I've never seen this. Like, it has the input for power and then an on and off switch. There's like, if you can see, there's like on each of the side on every one, it's like these little, I don't know if you can see this, but like there's little like see-through glass parts. So basically there's an LED that shines through this. So basically if you plug it in, they all turn blue, and when you put something on that has to charge, it turns red. So it has some indicator lights, I guess. As far as I know, pretty standard charger, 5 volts, 3 amps. So pretty standard. And that's it. That's pretty much it. So I guess what we're going to do now is plug it all in, boot it up, and see what we got inside. Alright, so we gotta boot it up now. Of course, there's gonna be some issues with recording this because I really don't have a way to record the gamepad screen, and some of the menus only show up on the gamepad itself. So I'm gonna try my best to at least show you what I'm doing. Because for example, like right here, I have no control over it via the gamepad. Because on, let me show you on the screen itself. On the gamepad screen, I mean, I see this. So I'm seeing the Miiverse. I can switch, but it's only for controlling the actual, you know, menu that I see on the gamepad. But anyway, I'm gonna be trying to use this, the Wiimote, so you can see me go through the menus. So first things first, we're gonna go to settings. Let's see what version we're on. As far as I know, it's going to show it on the gamepad, so I'm going to try and show you what I see. So, as we can already tell, I don't know, the glare is really annoying, but yeah, it's 5.5.4. This is an European version. I bought it from the UK, so we got the European version, and we are, I think, on the latest version that is available for the European market. I don't think there is really a difference between the US and the European version in terms of how to hack it, but apart from that, we can actually check our system update. I know that there is no reason not to update. There's like literally anything works. It's hacked throughout, and you can install homebrew on whatever version. Okay, your console is up to date, so that's good. We're on the latest version. I plugged in the charger because, yeah, I've noticed the battery doesn't hold up too long, so I'm gonna have to buy a replacement battery. Maybe make a video on that as well on how to replace it, but it's pretty straightforward. You just open the back plate with these 2 screws and just unplug the battery and plug a new one in. It's pretty standard. So okay, what we want to do is connect to the internet, and we're pretty much done here. Not really much else to do. If you can see the screen and everything, it's pretty much done. But yeah, in terms of functionality, controls, every button seems to work. I don't have a disc to try out the reader, but maybe at some point. But we won't be really needing that. In the next video, I'm going to be showing how to actually do the whole hacking stuff on the WiiU, and we're gonna try and install homebrew on it. See how that goes. Hopefully it's gonna go smooth. But yeah, apart from that, I'm gonna get this set up, and I'll probably see you guys in the next video. For now, that's it. We tested it out. It seems to work. A Wiimote connects The WiiU gamepad works. The console itself seems to be in all working order. All the chargers and everything are also in working order, so I have no issues with this. I could have successfully linked my Nintendo ID account, which is fine. So yeah, let's reconvene next time. All right, let's get into it. So first of all, you're gonna want to go to the WiiU Hacks guide. This is the similar website we used for the Vita hacks, so it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna be using the similar type of guide that we used in the previous video, which is pretty straightforward, has all the things you need to know. So yeah, we're gonna install a custom firmware, and yeah, the end goal is to, you know, have a unmodified WiiU with a custom firmware. So let's go. For the first step, I see that there is already a warning. So we have, every time you modify your system, there is always the potential of an unrecoverable brick. They're rare, but still a possibility, so make sure to follow all directions exactly. You will need a WiiU console in all regions on firmware 554, so that's what we confirmed last time, so it's good. We need an SD card, a computer to put files on the SD card, and a WiiU with internet access. I already have it set up. I have it connected to my Wi-Fi. We have a computer. As in the previous video, I found a 64 gigabyte SD card, so we're good. Can potentially start doing this. Okay. If everything's according to plan, we will lose no data and end up with everything we started with the Nintendo ID, saves, games, everything should be preserved. So even if you have like a WiiU for a while now and you haven't modded it yet, so doing this will not erase anything, presumably, by the guide. It should be all good. Okay, so let's go choose a custom firmware. There's multiple. So I'm going to be doing the one that has the most of these. most these little red exclamation points. But yeah, so there's 3, I think. Yeah, so we got Haxchi. So Haxchi requires a legitimately installed paid DS virtual console game. Can be used to launch custom firmware directly from the WiiU menu. Needs to be relaunched on every reboot to enable custom firmware. Its functionality can be extended by installing the CBHC, which we are going to be doing. So you can potentially do this, test it out, see if everything works, and you can do the cold boot method. So there's always the option of that. So the cold boot method. Installing the cold boot method incorrectly can break your WiiU. Straight up the bat, it tells you. The DS game has to be legitimately installed from the eShop. Don't format the system while the cold boot is installed. Do not delete the user account that bought the virtual game console. Do not reinstall the same game using a WP installer. So basically, if you bought it and you have it installed, keep it. Don't use it. Do not delete it. Do not delete the account associated with it. Do not even try to install a modded version of the game on top of it, because you're gonna mess something up. So don't touch it. It's basically telling you don't touch it. That's it. Don't install Haxchi over cold boot, because you will not brick it, but you will cause a boot loop. It could be recoverable, but it's gonna give you some pain in the ass. Don't uninstall the DS Virtual Console game without properly uninstalling cold boot. So if you want to revert your changes, first do everything step by step that is required. And do not move the DS Virtual Game Console game to a USB drive. It's installed on the memory, let's keep it there. Breaking one of the rules can result in a brick. So let's try to not make a brick out of this today, okay? If you're worried also breaking one of these rules, consider setting up parental controls for your user. Blocking data management and setting game rating to the highest possible rating can help prevent common mistakes users may make when using CBHC. Check here for more information. So we could potentially do this, but I'm not really going to do this. So yeah, we're going to need a paid game, and the best thing about it is it's going to automatically launch custom firmware on every boot, so we don't have to do anything after that. So this is my end goal for today. So for Mocha, the last one, does not require any game and is therefore free. Needs to be launched through the browser exploit. So this basically is a WebKit exploit. I think this was one of the first exploits released. I remember having the WiiU back in the day when Mocha was released, and yeah, it's a browser WebKit based exploit. It worked, but I was more enjoying the cold boot hack. It is not compatible with the homebrew launcher channel, may require an internet connection depending on what entry point you choose. So yeah, there's multiple layers on this, but let's go with today for CBHC, which is the cold boot Haxchi method. So okay, so now we gotta choose your DS Virtual Console game. So there is a compatible list of games based in different regions: Europe, USA, Japan. Whichever you get, it's fine. It's just got to be from the eShop. I know that some of these games might not be available in some regions, and I know that recently Nintendo has been removing DS games from the eShop. So keep in mind that you may not find some of these, but the recommended one is Brain Age for North America or Brain Training for Europe. Is the cheapest price and is the game they expect you least to play. So yeah, for my example, we're going to be using Dr. Kawashima's Brain Training. How old is your brain for the Europe version? Since I already have it. So you can get whichever one of these that is available to you, or whichever is the cheapest. You can check on the eShop itself for your region. Just buy that, download it, and keep it on your system forever, potentially. So yeah, let's go to the next step since we already have the game. This is pretty straightforward. You just go to the eShop, you buy the game, download it. It's nothing too advanced to do. It's pretty straightforward. At this point, we're not even touching anything modding related yet. Okay, so SD card preparation. We will now place the required custom firmware files and some additional homebrew files on the SD card. Okay, notice. Your SD card will need to be formatted as FAT32. If your SD card is not formatted to FAT32 using GUI format with 32K allocation unit size, it is advised that you do not label the SD card as WiiU or CBHC, as it may cause issues with some applications. Okay, so already we have a link, so we can click that GUI format. We have to. I hate this website. I've been here before. I constantly forget, but now I remember. There's this little wording over here. Click on this picture. The download link is the picture itself. So here we go. We got that. We can open it up. We got the formatting software. I'm gonna remove the SD card from the WiiU and potentially grab a wherever it is. I don't really know where it is now. Okay, cool, great. No, seriously, where the fuck is it? I need a reader because I don't. Oh, here it is. So for those of you who are not doing this on the laptop, potentially on a PC, many desktop PCs do not have a SD card reader. So we're gonna use this. This is basically just a little USB SD card adapter. So what it does is just you put it in, basically plug it into any USB port, and you have yourself sort of like a reader. It detects that as a USB hard drive, so we're good. USB hard drive, yeah. Or thumb drive if you prefer, doesn't matter. All right, we got the exclamation noise and the software crashed, which is interesting. It's probably because there's more than one partition already on this SD card, but that doesn't matter. Oh god, it's so loud. Why is it so loud? Oh, it's at 100. Amazing. Okay, so here we have we got this opened up. I hope you can see this. I don't think I can. Oh, it doesn't really make it bigger or anything, but right now the SD card is detected as my iDrive. I can see. Let me just check. There's no difference. Oh, it's actually the F drive. Never mind. Is it though? Oh, it's just the boot partition. Okay, so we're gonna use the iDrive. Anyway, let's make sure that everything is good because I don't want to have any problems. So we're gonna open the disk management console. and go to here, and I'm just gonna delete both these volumes, because it might, just in case it doesn't detect that there's actually two partitions on the SD card itself. So we want to have it like as one singular partition. So yeah, you can see we're just gonna, I don't think I have to, but I will. Let's just format it so it's good with Windows. Windows will accept the new format. It's gonna say it's good, we're fine. I'm gonna double check. Oh, it still doesn't have a letter. Interesting. Oh, I didn't set a letter. The operation failed because the disk console view is not up to date. Why is it not up to date then? Huh? Format error occurred. Check the system event log. Okay, something's wrong. Let's replug it. Many times replugging the SD card works, you know. Let's check. Let's try and read it. You can see it flashing, so it should potentially pop up anytime soon. Here it is. Okay, we got disk drive F. Why do I keep downloading the the thing? Anyway, it's detected as disk F. We're good. As for the guide, we want it to be a 32K allocation size unit. So that's what it is, 32K. Quick format, no label. All data will be lost. There's nothing there. We don't really care. It's going to do the format. So we're going to have to wait a little bit. And after that, we could potentially, while it's doing that, we could download the Homebrew Launcher installer. Okay, payload zip. Let's download that. Let's download the WP installer GX2. Okay, that is already a zip. Okay, detected as a formatted drive. That's good. We can get the WiiU NAND dumper. Yes. Okay. And we can get the Homebrew App Store as well. 2.2 version. Yes. Okay, there's multiple files. Let's see, the latest release of WiiU NAND dumper. I don't know which actual file we need. WiiU, I'm gonna get the WiiU extract to SD. And I'm gonna open it and see. Yeah, seems likely. Seems like it's this. Okay. Yeah, this should be good. Okay, next one. The latest release of Haxchi, already downloaded. The latest release of CBHC and the latest release of Save Me Mod. Okay, we got a bunch of files now. Don't get confused. We got a bunch of them. And yeah, I actually didn't read that, but you need the WiiU extract to SD file. Just fucking noticed. Okay, cool. Okay, instructions. Insert your WiiU SD card into your PC. Create a folder called install. So let's do that. Let's go to our F drive, which is now empty. Create new. Call it install. First step done. Let's copy the contents of a Homebrew Launcher. And let's see which one is the Homebrew Launcher now. Is this one, right? Wait, Homebrew Launcher Installer? Channel. Yeah, I didn't download this. Okay. I actually missed this one. Double check that you downloaded everything. Okay, we got that. We have to extract the contents of the zip file to the install folder we created just recently. Okay, so we got this. Yeah, there's plenty of files here. That's the home folder. Open up the install, copy over the files. Done. Step 2 done. Step 3, I mean. Okay, copy contents of Haxchi to the root. Open up Haxchi. Open up our F drive. Go back to the home folder. Get all these files. Copy them over. Got that. Okay, CBHC. Open up the zip. Also, all the files to the root folder. Now it's asking me to replace. Files to replace. Oh, it's after. This is CBHC, so yeah, let's replace, because Haxchi is the payload, but the cold boot is the ladder hack we want. So those files we actually want. This is in particular because I think it's because of these files. I don't know. Oh, they actually have it in. Let me see. WiiU G. Okay. Just checking to see what's inside here. This will install cold boot Haxchi. Oh, cool. Yeah, okay, good. So basically we only needed the Haxchi files for the exploit itself, and the cold boot is going to do all the rest. Okay, so WP installer GX2. Let's go WP install GX2. File, copy the contents of the file to the root folder. Let me see. I wanna see what's the difference. No, do not open constantly. WiiU apps, whoop installer. Okay, interesting. I am confused a bit because there's many of those. I'm gonna double check. I don't want to put all the files because they're gonna overwrite each other. But we'll check real quickly. Okay, we're going for the NAND dumper. There's only the WiiU folder, so that's good. Now we need the WiiU extract to SD folder. Not the folder, the zip file. There's also only a WiiU. So we're gonna do that. Close this off. And Homebrew Launcher 1.4. Do we have Homebrew Launcher? That's the channel. I have too many files. Homebrew Launcher. Did I download Homebrew Launcher? Is this one? Oh, I didn't. See? Triple check. We got to triple check. But okay, it's fine. Nothing changes. We still have the WiiU. Save me mod. Did I download the Save Me mod? Yes, I did. Okay, another WiiU folder. So you can go into the apps and you can see that there's now many different things inside. Copy the payload ELF from the payload zip to the WiiU folder on your SD card. We got the payload, and we want it to be added to the WiiU folder. So what we want to do is be in the WiiU folder next to the apps, and open up our payload and add the ELF file here. Okay, so that looks good. Okay, the info, JSON, and manifest files are not needed for the modding process and therefore can be deleted. All right, I didn't read that. Read everything. First fucking rule, read everything. JSON files don't matter. Okay, cool. We done that. Okay, browser exploit. To install the custom firmware, we first need to launch the Homebrew Launcher through the browser exploit. Make sure your WiiU has internet access for this step. Instructions. Take the SD card out of your computer and plug it into your Wii console. Okay, let's do that. Let's unplug our SD card. Since it's a micro SD card, you're going to need a SD card adapter. So we're going to just put in the micro SD inside. Plug it back into the WiiU console. Should be fairly simple. Plug it in, it clicks, confirm it's in. Launch the internet browser. Okay, let's hop on to the console itself. We want to launch the internet browser. Click start. And go to website WiiU exploit.xyz. Okay, let's try this. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully we're gonna get good. I can save data. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I cannot show you this, so let me try to grab that. Okay, so as you can see, this is how the browser works. The URL is at the top. You press that. You got your whole keyboard here, and as you can read from the guide, you got to go to WiiU exploit.xyz. Okay, so we press OK. It loads up. As you can see, we got the 5.5. I'm wondering if it actually shows up on the screen. Let me check. It doesn't. Okay, cool. So I'll show you on the gamepad itself. So as you can see, we got the 5.5x exploit. We're gonna press the run homebrew launcher. Hopefully it's gonna do something. Your console should launch the homebrew launcher, so let's see if that happens. We do have the SD card installed, so it potentially should grab the payload. Hey, we're inside. Amazing. Great. Okay, let's see if the capture card as well. Hey, it works here. Great. Okay. In case your Wii U gets stuck on a white or otherwise frozen screen, wait a few seconds. If nothing happens, reboot the console. Reset the browser's save data and try again. But it worked for us, so we're in. Okay, first things first, we're going to need to do a NAND backup. So I'm continuing reading in the background, but you can, follow along with the WiiU Hacks guide on your browser. So, okay, we're going to do a backup just in case we end up with a brick. So a backup is always necessary. So we definitely want to do it. I definitely recommend 100% doing the backup. So, okay. The WiiU NAND backup is dependent on your model. Either you have the 8GB model, the base model, or the premium 32GB model. For me, it's the 32GB, so it might take a longer time because it has a bigger storage. As a result of this, to create a full backup of your console's NAND, your SD card has to be larger than the size of your NAND. So, for example, if you have a 8GB, you should potentially get a 16GB SD card, and if you have a 32GB model, get a 64GB SD card, and you're good to go, basically. If you do not have a large enough SD card, you can skip the optional MLC section, which includes save files and game data and is not needed to recover most types of bricks. So I'm going to be doing the full backup so we can keep all the game saves and everything, but there's an option. There's actually an option. But I recommend doing the full backup. Just because if you have saves and games, then you want to keep them. Storing a NAND backup on the Wii U requires additional hardware and micro soldering skills. However, making a NAND backup is always useful. Please do not skip it. Please. Your NAND backup is unique to your system. Backups from other consoles won't work. Okay, so we got to navigate through the homebrew launcher and launch the WiiU NAND dumper. So the WiiU NAND dumper, let's see. Okay, it's the one without the logo. So the bottom one. It says NAND dumper / NAND dumper elf. Just gonna click on that and load and use the WiiU gamepad D-pad to enter the following configuration. Okay, so dump SLC, yes. Dump SLCC MTP, yes. Dump MLC is optional. We're going to choose yes. Dump OTP, yes. And dump SEEPROM, yes. So we're good, and we're going to press A, and should start the dumping process. After the dumping process is complete, power off your Wii U, take out your SD card out of the Wii U, and plug it into your PC. Okay. I don't think it's showing up for you, but it's definitely showing up on the gamepad. Let me show you quickly how that looks. As you can see, there's not a lot, but trying to get this to focus on the camera. All right, finally got something. So you can see, welcome to NAND dumper. SD card success, detected 32GB MLC NAND. Writing OTP success, writing SEEPROM success, and now it's doing all the other stuff. So we're gonna fast forward through this. After it's done, we're gonna be right back. So yeah, let's wait it out. It depends if you have the 32GB, it's gonna take, of course, longer. If you have the 8GB, it's gonna be quicker. All right, so it's done. It rebooted on its own. I didn't see the message pop up. Warning. I don't think it's mentioned anywhere. At least I'm looking at the tutorial, but this is going to take a while. Depending if you're going to do the full backup, it's going to take a while. Like, this took me 3 hours, I think, to do a full 32 gig backup. So just so you know, it's gonna take a while. Now we're gonna put the memory stick back because the tutorial is telling us to copy out some of the files for safekeeping onto our computer. So let's do exactly that. Okay. Let's see. Are we plugged in? Are we not? Still waiting for it to come up because sometimes it just takes a while for it to read out. Here it goes. Okay. This is also a memory card that I found within the WiiU, so I don't know in what shape it actually is. I didn't do any tests on it, so I frankly don't know. But here we are. We got the files. There's a bunch of them now. They're all like spaced out into 2 gigs in parts. So make sure you don't lose these files. Copy the SLC bin, SLC CMPT, and SEC prom, OTP, and if you choose to go with full backup, every MLC bin part file to your computer. Delete the files from your SD card to free up space. Basically, everything must go. Just 30 gigs in total. So I'm just gonna cut. I'm gonna cut them out, and I'm going to save them. Save them on one of my SSDs. All right, let's do that. Okay, I don't know how long this might take, so we might have to do another break after this. But once we got that copied out, we're gonna continue. So this looks like it's gonna take about 20 minutes. About 20 minutes. Okay. Let's wait it out, finish up the download from the SD card to the hard drive, and then we'll continue on launching the custom firmware. All right, so we're back. We copied out all the files from the USB device or SD card, and we're left with nothing. We're only left with the programs we added earlier, so that's where we're going to leave it at that. Now the other steps are as follows, which we are going to take the SD card out of the PC and plug it back into the WiiU. That's what we're going to do. We're going to put it back in. Put it back in the adapter and smack that bad boy. Okay, if you haven't already, download your DS Virtual Console game of your choice from the eShop, as we mentioned earlier, and launch the Homebrew launcher on your system, as previously explained. So we're going to have to launch the internet browser again and launch the exploit again via the browser. You remember the website we just entered previously? I wonder if it has history. Like, does it remember? I'm guessing not. So if it does not, then I'm gonna just type WiiU exploit .xyz, right? Yeah, xyz. Okay. As you can see, we're back at the exploit. We press the run homebrew button, and yeah, we're gonna wait for it to complete. I know it's not really much you can see on it, but it's white now. It's booting into the WiiU menu. It's probably good. Should launch us into the homebrew channel, as you can see. So now we're gonna have to go into the Haxchi app. So for me, it's the third one from the top. Gonna load that in. I don't know how to press load, but okay. I guess I just suck at pressing. Okay. It already detects that I have Dr. Kawashima's brain training. So we just press the A button. it is now saying this will install Haxchi. To remove it, you have to delete and reinstall the game. If you are sure, press A or select home. So we're pressing A. It is now doing the iOS-U exploit. Flush the NAND cache. And I think we should be good. Okay, it's rebooting. Let's see what happens. Once it's finished, your console will launch the WiiU menu. You will see your game replaced by a Haxchi icon. Okay, so we're expecting to see an icon. Be like not the Dr. Brain game anymore, but a new icon instead of the game. So let's see if that happens. My guess is that, yeah, that will happen. It's telling please wait, so it's probably scanning. And let's switch it over. Yep, as you can see, Haxchi. So by what it says, we need to run the modified DS game. So we do that. This will reboot the console and enable custom firmware. So that's what we're gonna do. Preparing. Still preparing. It's doing something. Haxchi, as you can see. Has a little jingle, but we don't hear it because it's coming through the gamepad itself, not through the console. Which is what I'm really weirded out about the WiiU, is that when you have it plugged in, even though through HDMI, if you're doing stuff via the gamepad, there's no sound coming from the console itself. Okay. Console will reboot. I'm guessing it rebooted. And now we have to run the modified DS game again and hold A button after launching it. This will run the homebrew launcher. Let's see if that happens. So I'm gonna hold the A button now, and I expect the homebrew launcher to appear. I'm just keep on holding it. Hey, it works. Okay. Navigate to the homebrew launcher and run CBHC. So that's the exclamation triangle one, the second from the top. So let's do that. Click on load. Okay, and this is exactly the same as the Haxchi app. It shows the brain training game. So we press A, and it's saying this is going to A is going to install CBHC, B is going to remove cold boot hacks, home is going exit. Warning: installing CBHC can potentially break your system. Never uninstall or move the selected game, or your WiiU is dead. It is not fucking about. So we're pressing A. It's doing, it's writing, installing, done. Okay, so now, once the installation is finished, your console will launch the WiiU menu. Okay. Reboot the console. If CBHC is installed correctly, you should see a new boot menu. CBHC is not compatible with Quick Start. If you're using the Quick Start menu, please turn it off. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know if I'm using Quick Start. Yeah, it's booting me. So the icon again changed. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hold the power button. This should potentially, yeah, the console is now shut down. So let's power it on. I guess we're going to the WiiU menu and the Nintendo logo. Yeah, you see we got a boot menu. So we got a bunch of options. So what we need to do here now is reboot your console. CBHC is installed. You should see a new boot menu. Use the D-pad to navigate to auto boot. So we're gonna go to auto boot, which is the last option, and we're gonna go, I don't know which way, but let's see, and press A until it says system menu. It's once, and use the D-pad to navigate to boot system menu and press the A button. So that's the top option. And press A. This will launch the WiiU menu with the custom firmware enabled. So it went it went to the homebrew launcher. Your console now automatically boots into custom firmware every reboot. You can now reattach any USB devices you have before starting the guide. So it's the hard part is basically done. We have full reboot with custom firmware. Everything's good. Only step left is installing the homebrew launcher for CBHC. So now we need to power on our console, but it's already powered on. Press home button during the auto booting screen and select boot homebrew launcher. Oh, never mind. So actually, we're in where we're supposed to be. It's good, actually. So we don't need to do these steps. But if you shut it down or reboot it, you got to get into this screen. Everything's explained in the last chapter. You just boot it up. While auto booting, select boot. Press the home button and select boot homebrew launcher. So now we have to launch the WP installer GX2. So let's do that. It launches, and now it says we only have one. So we select that. There's a tick mark, if you can see, and we click install. We of course say yes. What do you want to install? We're going to choose NAND, I guess. Yes, we're going to choose NAND. This will install the homebrew launcher to the Wii menu, so we can access it through the Wii menu, and we don't have to like boot up some janky program or anything like that. So it's going to do that. I'm going to install it. Click OK. It will. I'm guessing it will boot back. Once the process finishes, press the home button until you're back to the Wii menu. You will now see the homebrew launcher channel installed on the Wii menu. Okay. Let's see. So installation is finished. Pressing the home button a bunch of times is going to the Me channel. We'll press, probably have to exit. Let's close software. We're going back to the Wii menu. Now we expect to see the homebrew channel button or app on the screen in the main menu. Here it is. So as you can see, homebrew launcher. If we press A, we can test it out. Might take a little while, I guess. Yep, the homebrew launcher. It works. So it's gonna take us back to the screen we already seen a bunch of times. It does take a while. I'm wondering if it's due to the SD card speed. Probably is, because all these files are on the SD card. So I'm guessing that's why it's taking so long. But I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. I can see it's on, but I can see nothing. Okay, interesting. The screen is lit up. I can see the backlight is on. It's sort of like cold frozen. Let's try to reboot. This might not work, so I'm gonna do a hard reset on the console itself. Okay, now we fully reboot the console. Jump to the Wii U menu. There's always this problem with custom firmwares, just because, well, this is not how the console is supposed to work, and we're modding it, so it's fine. It says auto booting, so potentially it should boot us to the Wii U menu. Yes, that is the correct boot menu. Maybe we did need to restart though. I'm trying to figure this out. Let's see. You can reattach. Yeah, it didn't say, but we now like hard reset. Did a hard reset. Everything's still here. So that's good. Let's try the homebrew launcher one more time. I'm expecting it to load. Hey, it's loaded. Okay, fine. This might be just a one-time glitch. But in case it happens, just press the power button for a few seconds on the console itself until the little LED light turns red, and then you can try and booting it back up again. It should solve all your problems. So yeah, it's good. We got everything installed. We are now fully hacked. We actually tested it out, so we know that it works. It's booting into the custom firmware via the WiiU Hacks. So here we are, just so I can show you on the big screen so it's more clearer. We have the, see, it's even mentioned now, do not touch me. So basically you don't touch this, you don't launch this, you don't do anything with this, you don't delete this, you don't move this. Where it is, let it stay. And it should just stay here. Doesn't matter, but it just stays here. Do not move it from the NAND to your USB drive or anything like that. It is here now and forever. If you want to keep your console working and your custom firmware stable and working. So this has been mentioned many times, but I just want to clarify. It's not without reason. This is called Don't Touch Me. So there's a point to that. So okay, so see, we don't have the Dr. Kawashima's brain training anymore because it turned into that. So that's where we at right now. So that's it. Frankly, for WiiU side, that's it. We hacked it. We installed homebrew on it, so it's free game from here. You can install whatever you want. There's plenty of homebrew around. There's plenty of emulators or stuff like that if you're interested in it. Plenty of stuff to do. Like, you can breathe new life into your console. So that's great. It was pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Lots of wait time due to the backup and copying the backup out of the SD card to the PC. So that took around 3 to 4 hours in total for the 32 gig model. I'm expecting the 8 gig model to at least half that time of waiting. So just so you know, be expected to wait. And I would recommend to plug in the charger to the WiiU gamepad if you want to see what's happening on screen and if it's, you know, still going, because 4 hours for this gamepad in particular, it doesn't hold that long, so it's gonna die eventually. I'm guessing, I don't remember, but I'm guessing only the WiiU gamepad dies, so it should be fine if it dies, but you know, just in case, just plug in a charger, be safe, and don't mess this up. It's pretty straightforward. If you read everything to the T, you're gonna be good. It's not a problem.